Hi folks, it's James. Quick update on technicals. I'm back from the dead. I seem to have long COVID, believe it or not. Never thought that was really a thing. I suppose it is. I'm going to do a 5-minute update right now, but I'm going to do a live stream later on today or early tomorrow. Keep your eye on your inbox. Make sure you press the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. We'll do a proper live stream, all of us together. Before I start with the NASDAQ, etc., I want to encourage you to press the join button below this video. You can join the channel for, I think it's $1 a month, and you can get access to all of the live material that we present to members only, and also all the other bonus material and discounts and so on and so forth. So click the join button, $1 a month, and you get immediate access. So quickly going through positions, and this is really just an update, not a technical analysis, which I will do in the live stream. Make sure you subscribe and press the notification bell. We're bearish on the NASDAQ, bearish on the S&P. We're in a bear market on these indices, and therefore we should be looking to sell despite these massive bear market rallies. I've described this problem in detail in some of the last videos, but I will go through it in the live stream. Generally, we're looking to sell NASDAQ and the S&P until proven otherwise. We will be proven otherwise only if and when we make a new high and defeat the all-time high that we've recently achieved. All of this market thrashing around and massive counter rallies and drops are all part of a bear market reversal pattern. Same in the S&P. Having said that, we're also counter trend, I suppose you could say, long on MSTR, Tesla, Coinbase, Google, Target, and I'm looking to get an entry on Mara later on today or this week. So I'll cover all of this in the live stream, but generally, I suppose you could say it's a bit of a hedge position. But generally, we're sort of bearish on the indices, but one or two names that might just sort of provide a decent hedge on that. Let's go to the currencies and quickly have a look at this. Again, a mixed bag. I do think that the dollar index, now we've broken down through Moab, is generally down. We may have some counter trend rallies, but generally the dollar index is moving down. We've broken down through major support at 100. Next stop is about 93, down where my blob is at the bottom there with a big question mark. Could we get there in the next weeks and months? I think we could. That would mean that the euro and the pound and the other majors will need to rally by 6 to 7 to 800 pips. That puts us in a long position on the euro, and we just entered that yesterday. I also have a long position on the dollar Swiss franc, the Swissy. That one's in some profit. In fact, we've got about 200 pips profit on that. We've just taken a long position on the euro. These are opposite in direction, but I think they could kind of work out, even though they are a sort of a direct hedge. We're also short on the euro yen, and I think this is one of my favorite plays, has been for a while, looking for a big move down, roughly equal to the length of the preceding flagpole. There's the bear flag, and that could take us down quite a long way. I think around 144, somewhere down in that region, is equivalent to the length of this flagpole. Let's just check that out. I'll just clone that and put it to where we are, and you can see how I got that measurement. It's also this area of consolidation, and generally an area where the euro yen likes to rest. So bear flag, and a move down to take us down to that technical target. So that's all on currencies. Now let's go across to Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. Ethereum looking fantastic. Target for Ethereum is 2.1. We'll cover all of this in the live stream, folks. Just trying to give you my positions in a quick update so that you know where you stand in relation, where I am in the market and where maybe other traders are positioned as well. So still long on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP, looking for much higher targets on these. There may be some faffing around, and I'm not going to go into the technicals here again because of the time constraints, but we've broken up through crypto Moab, and this is the Bitcoin chart, the leader of all crypto, I suppose you could say, and we've now broken up. That was a decisive break. We may need to retest that level at around 90,000 and then continue. It would be unusual if we didn't retest that confidence of all those moving averages and that horizontal breakout level. Let's see how we go. Not always do we get that retest, particularly with Bitcoin. We're also short on gold. I've highlighted this on X. Go and check out my X channel. The handle is ArcisFX on X. And I put a lot of these ideas up all throughout the day. And we've got a lot of following there at the moment because I'm putting up quite a lot of posts. Well, I have been. Well, I haven't been making a lot of videos due to my viral infection. So basically, I'm looking for a move down to these areas here. I'll cover that in detail, but allow for a bit of a bounce, almost back up to the recent all-time high at about 3,500. Perhaps not quite there, about 78.6, and then a continuation of the move down. In fact, I put this chart up on X with the arrows, so go and check that out on X right now. I've actually put that diagram up on there. At the same time, we're long on silver. I'm waiting for that little bounce on gold, and I'm hedging that short position with a long position on silver. So we're long on silver, a recent trade, and the gold trade we took right from the top. We've taken some profit on that already. We're waiting for the next leg down to the next trend line and then the next trend line. But we may get a little bit more bouncing around, and maybe gold hasn't even topped just yet. There's a possibility that gold could keep on moving up. In that case, we've got the silver hedge protecting us somewhat against that. So nothing on copper. Very surprising to me that with all the doom and gloom around, and it is a bit of a caution for these shorts on the Nasdaq and the S&P, with all the doom and gloom around, we're not seeing Dr. Copper failing at all. In fact, looking pretty strong, holding above all the moving averages and also above the 50 moving average right now. Natural gas, we went short a couple of days ago. I'll update this in more detail in the live stream. It's quite a lot to talk about here. Generally, my idea is short, but we are in around about the 10-year average price. So we're stuck in the middle. We're neither bullish nor bearish. I'm slightly bearish, as always, when we're slightly above $3. But at the moment, there is opportunity for natural gas to go to $4, $4.50, or $3, $2.50. So it's pretty tricky at the moment. I have some thoughts on this. We have one very small short position on from 3.15, and I'll be looking to add somewhere around here. So we're up against the 100-period moving average right now. There's the 200 at 3.75, the big number. Be surprised if we got above 3.75. Anything's possible, of course. 3.75 is my preferred selling level. Once again, that's where we sold last time. We've got out near the bottom. We've started to sell a little bit more now, but actually, I wouldn't mind getting back up to 3.75. We may try at 3.5 as well, but this is an evolving trade. And remember, we are really stuck in the middle. There's no real catalyst or impetus, whatever you're looking at, whatever fundamental matter, whether it's weather, politics, whatever it might be, transport, supply, demand, all that sort of thing. No real impetus one way or the other. So don't get caught in the chop. It's not time to oversize, not time to load the boat or leverage up. We're still hedged on WTI oil. We have a long position from right at the bottom, and we have a short position at the 20-period moving average here, equally balanced. We've locked in about $4.50 profit on this trade, and I'm not too sure which way this is going to go. Generally, my idea is downwards, but I'd like to get back into Moab, maybe slightly higher, maybe up into about $67, even $70 to resell with some more vigor. Right now, we're completely hedged, having that $4.50 or $5 profit locked in, and that's going nowhere. It's safe, so don't worry about that. Now, going across to some of the other things here, basically TLT, we took along yesterday. I said I wouldn't be getting back into this, but I think there are some rumors of potential central bank intervention, and also we're still right down at these bottoms here, and there is every reason to believe that treasuries at some point should get a bit more of a bid, and that the 10-year yield on the other chart on the other side here should start selling off a little bit more vigorously. A lot of thrashing around tariffs. That's the tariff thrash right there, with uncertainty across the board. So we'll wait and see as this story develops. But once again, on all of this stuff, there's no reason to be going gangbusters long or short. It's a pretty tricky market. We took another short on cocoa yesterday, and that's worked out pretty well so far, right at the top. Very, very simple trade. I did put this up on X as well, just back into the center line in this sort of channel here at these resistance levels. And on the shorter term time frame on the 4-hour chart, we had a reversal. We got in at the top there, short on cocoa. We also have a new short on coffee from a couple of days ago. I know quite a lot of people follow this. Looking for a move back down to the top of the channel and then down to the bottom of the channel on this occasion, and perhaps below that, probably below that at some point later on. And then we're also long on sugar, corn, cotton, wheat, and soybeans, all just flagging. Came off a little bit yesterday. And of course, everything that affects the US dollar, as the dollar moves up and down with tariffs and all this sort of stuff that's going on, it affects all commodities, not just energies and metals, but also softs and grains. So we're seeing a lot of fluctuation here too. But we remain long on soybeans, wheat, cotton, and corn, short on cocoa, short on coffee, and we're short on OJ right from the top over there. Well, that's it, folks. Very quick rundown. I hope that was useful of some sort to you. I know it's quick and brutal and brash, but that's why I'm planning to hold a more detailed live stream. Please attend. Make sure you join the channel if you'd like to get more perks. So I look forward to all of your questions in the live stream. Only subscribers can ask questions in the live stream. It's not too much to ask you to subscribe. It's free, and look forward to seeing you in there. Keep an eye on your inbox. Make sure you press the bell. Take care. Speak to you soon. Got my mindset, ain't no time for no pain. Bulls and bears, man, they just can't compete. We're stacking our stats, won't accept no defeat. Come on, to the moon, baby, moving to the moon. All around the world, everybody sing the tune. Right now, heart of storm, cripple fever's coming soon. Bitcoin rally, y'all watch us break out of this cocoon. Late nights, early mornings, checking the charts. Got my wallet thick, yo, we playing smart. No sleep, no fear, it's a digital boom. Crick bulls, drool, FOMO rules. Come on, to the moon,